Well, Coach, how did the first day of official training camp go?
It was great. I thought there was a lot of energy. I felt guys were excited to be back and to be able to kind of hit somebody and try to go through our stuff live against other defenders instead of just what we faced in the summertime. So I thought it was a good morning.
Anything surprise you about camp, player?
No. I mean, the guys all looked really good coming in, and obviously we can all get in a little bit better shape. But guys worked hard this summer, and we were around them quite a bit. So no surprises really.
Mike, we didn't talk to you about this a lot yesterday, but that shooting guard position, what are you going to do early on, especially with Kevin out? And do you think that Keon has a shot to be the starter day one?
Right now, Keon has a shot, but it's mainly because Kevin is out. And as time goes on, it'll work itself out. So I'm not necessarily concerned about it. Keon is there right now, but that for sure can change.
With those, when you look at the way Keon defends, the way the steps Fox took and Keegan took last year, I guess I'm asking about the value in having three pretty high level perimeter defenders, and if you would share that view that those guys are kind of in that category now.
I'm sorry, you said
Keegan, Fox, Keon. Would you say those are three pretty high level perimeter?
For sure. And we put a lot of pressure on Fox, especially at the beginning of games, and that's where a guy like Keon can step in, and that's where he's going to have a chance to step in. And you have a guy like that who, in my opinion, for as young as he is, navigates the pick and roll game extremely well. He's longer than what you think, a little bit more athletic than what you think, a little quicker, and so on and so forth. And, so to start games at times, to have the luxury of Keon out there, you can put Keon on the opposing team guard that's going to have the most pick and rolls. The John Morant types in the league, and now you put Fox on another guy, and then you change the matchup as the game goes along, and so having that luxury is always a positive. And at the end of the day, depending on who our five guys are on the floor, Fox is probably going to have to now take that guy. And a couple of things. That guy got chased or beat up by Keon throughout part of the game, and now he's got Fox, who should be in the right mind space to still give us what we need offensively while taking it to another level defensively, which he's more than capable of. And then you got a guy like Keegan. Keegan is capable of taking the bigger perimeter plays, and so to have the 1-2 punch with the ability to throw Fox in there in certain situations is definitely a positive, because all of them bring something to the table offensively, obviously.
What catches your eye in these first few days?
You try to look to see who's in great shape. You try to look to see who can pick up things easily, offensively and defensively, and you try to see who's going to try to establish himself as a leader. Because sometimes your best players may not always be your leaders, and so you look to see who's going to step up and be vocal, not just we want everybody to be vocal when we're on the floor, but step up and say something before practice, after practice, when you bring it in, when things aren't going well. Who's going to, hey, let's pick it up, let's play harder, let's do this, let's do that. So you start to look to see whose voice is going to resonate as the strongest in the group too.
Coach, so is it safe to say that Malik is going to be staying in that sixth-man spot on day one?
He is there right now, and I said this before. I've been fortunate, blessed, lucky, however you want to call it, to coach two of the best six men out there, and Manu Ginobili and Andre Iguodala, and they won 8 championships between the two of them. 7 of them were won as six men, and being around 2 Hall of Fame coaches and Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich, to be able to have the luxury of having that pop come off the bench is something that every team dreams of, and we're fortunate to be able to have that luxury. And at the end of the day, a lot of times and well, shoot, just in life, it's not about who starts stuff, but who finishes stuff. So that'd be a telltale sign, in my opinion. More of a telltale sign, in my opinion.
Also a luxury to have him back chirping at you during practice.
100%. It's just probably the one thing that I did miss is him making sure that I'm on my P's and Q's. We all got to be held accountable, and he definitely will help hold me accountable for sure.
Coach Brown, you
take the place of HB from a leadership standpoint? Are they different in that perspective?
You know, it's interesting. It takes a place from the standpoint of an older veteran that has been there, done that. But I'm not 100% for sure because I've only been around him a little bit, you know, in the summertime, and this was the first practice, so I haven't, I don't know what his leadership skills are or the direction he's going to go with that. HB was not a rah-rah guy, and DeMar may not be, but DeMar may touch guys more than HB. Or touch the group more than HB, and HB touches guys individually. So I don't know, but I do know that for sure having a veteran presence is needed, and he definitely is that for us.
You've
Coach Brown,
been very familiar with DeMar's career, just coaching against him, but now coaching with him, having him on your group. Is there anything, I guess, that stood out to you, or anything new, or that you've discovered just about the type of player that he is?
You know, from today's practice?
Just from one day with him, just something that you didn't run.
You know, and I kind of alluded to this before. You know, when you watch him during the regular season, you don't really pay attention to his skill set. You know, obviously, one of the big things we harp on is stay down on the shot fake, stay down on the shot fakes. And when he sweeps through, don't stick your hand in the cookie jar. You know, those things that everybody talks about around the league. When we started trying to recruit him to come here as a free agent, you start to watch it closely. And like I told you before, my eyes were just like, okay, wow, this guy's a basketball player. He's not just a scorer, he's a basketball player. And I'm telling you guys, some of the passes he made today, you know, I did not think they were going to get there, you know, a couple of times. But he never panicked whenever he played. He played at his pace. He went quick when he wanted to go quick. He went slow when he wanted to go slow. He kept the defense off balance, and if somebody was open, he made the right pass, whether it was a pocket pass or over the top or just a direct chest pass. And so to have the luxury of another guy that knows how to play the game, that can pass, dribble, and shoot, but more importantly is a willing passer, that's going to help us be a little bit more dynamic on the offense end of the floor.
So you're talking about his playmaking ability?
Correct. Yeah. Playmaking ability again was impressive.
You're wearing that climbing together shirt again today. Has everyone started to climb up that mountain, take that first step?
First of all, hold on. Yeah, it smells fresh because I got 2 or 3 of them. So this is not the same shirt that I had yesterday. So we got to put that out there. What you mean? That's not the same one. It's the second one. Is it? Miggs, ask Miggs. I got 2 of them. No. Well, 2 of them. I got to get a 3rd one because if I wear this tomorrow, I won't have an excuse. So I have 2 of them. So it's the same type of shirt, but not the exact same one. Everybody, I tell you, Ed Easters, he was great, and like I said, he was the Michael Jordan or Larry Bird, however you want to call it, of mountain climbing, and it's not gonna. His message was, you can't say everything is exact, but it's about as close or similar when you're starting to talk about the 2 teams in terms of the loyalty and the sacrifice and trying to embrace your role to be the best for the team and not thinking about the end goal, but thinking about being present, thinking about what's in front of you and all the small details so you don't hit adversity in a bad way. And yeah, everybody is starting their climb.
Coach Brown, you usually
differently from today. Do you think wouldn't be 2 days?
Yeah, so one practice is contact, the other one's non-contact, and the non-contact will be a little shorter than the contact practice. And you know, today we went a little longer, mainly because what DeMar did is remarkable. His book. Shannon, you got a copy of his book? Can you grab me a copy of his book for real quick? But what he did is phenomenal. I don't know if I could ever write a book, and it starts just for me with the basics of I don't think I'm smart enough because I probably couldn't remember everything that has happened in my past, especially his detail. I'm not all the way done with Damar's book. I just started reading it, but he goes into detail about his upbringing, and it's remarkable in terms of the memory that he has about those days. You know, I look back in my childhood and I can think of a couple of things. I thought I had a great childhood, but not in detail of the way he explains it in this book. So, you know, we got copies for everybody here. I mean, Above the Noise, which it's a beautiful title. We got copies for everybody. He spoke to the team about his thought process behind writing a book, and then, you know, he also told the team why he did it while he was playing. You know, and it's all about him letting people know that everybody has struggles. Although they're in the NBA, they're still human, and they go through the ups and downs of life just like you or anybody else. And it's okay to be vulnerable when you're going through your downs. And, you know, for our guys to hear that message from him, he spoke for about 10 minutes to our guys, but for them to hear that message from him and then to get a copy of the book, it was fantastic to me. It was a great way to start our journey of climbing the mountain together.
Does it really touch on, you know, the mental health aspect of it? Because, you know, it's like a stigma in the black community with black men.
100%, yes, it did, and that's why the key word to me was being vulnerable. Because, you know, in our community, you know, you don't cry, you know, you don't do certain things, you don't go see the doctor, and that's again the stigma, the perception, however you want to see it or call it. And for him to open up and talk about those things to our group today, and then also to have it here in the book, it was an amazing thing to be a part of. And I told everybody at the end, I don't know how many copies we handed out. I said, Damar's such a good guy, he will sign everybody's book. So Sacramento, if you go buy one and you see him on the street, great dude, he'll sign it. Oh, maybe.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, he's